Hey guys, my name is Ju Solo,
Poppy Ortiz over here.
and today we are reviewing season 3 of Ozark.
Yeah.
What? And it's fresh on the minds because we've been binge watching.
If you know, you know.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
season.
You should know, amazing.
Yeah, you started off, Ju. What'd you think about it?
I absolutely adored the season, my favorite season so far. And I was struggling with it, thinking about it this morning, like which one is my favorite season? They're just all equally very, very good. It's hard to pick, but this one's definitely my favorite so far. And man, every episode, it's hooking you in, guys. Hooking you in.
Yeah, I completely agree. Season 3 was awesome. Definitely one of my favorite seasons. I was always debating between season 1 and season 3. Season 1 just because of the shock value, but season 3 gets you with every episode. I truly believe that character development, and the plot development, I mean, they took it up another level with this season, and you can't expect anything less now from them. And I'm excited for season 4. This season, from beginning to end, was great. The way it ended with the death of Helen, I mean, was the biggest shocker.
It almost felt like the last 2 episodes were almost like the season finale. Like,
yes.
They had it so well together.
They gave you that feel. I completely agree.
Like, you just know things are coming to an end and it's about to hit the fan.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
So, any characters that stuck out this season for you?
Mine is definitely the wife, Wendy.
Okay.
Just because I enjoyed her character development from season 1 when we meet her to where she is now. She grew so much, and just they did a great job telling that story of she's not the stay-at-home mom anymore that was just supporting her husband. Like, she's that person that wants the power and wants it now and is not giving it up, even if it was over, double-crossing her husband. So she was my favorite.
Yeah, for me, it was Ruth. I absolutely love Ruth. She never disappoints. She's one of the few characters that actually has won an award for her performances in these seasons, and she's definitely deserving of it. But my standout had to be Ben. From beginning to end, he displayed the best character development I've seen in a long time, and his portrayal of a bipolar person is bar none. I mean, he embodies that character. And for me, it definitely was the driving force for most of the episodes. Mm-hmm. I mean, and also his connection with Ruth and the relationship, I think definitely gave the season a breath of fresh air. Another character is Frank Jr., played by AKA Tommy. I mean, I always love to see Tommy on camera, but for me, he's always Tommy, and I just wish somebody else played Frank Jr., but I'm not going to complain, because I do love Tommy still.
I was surprised to see him when I first saw him on the show.
I knew he was going to be on there. I just didn't know what character.
Clue. Yeah, I had zero clue.
I mean, he does well, but I mean, his character is not meant to like the whole season anyways.
Yeah, he seems like an actor that kind of keeps like the same tone in every role he's in.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
He's just good. He's like a character actor. He's good at playing
exactly.
That. Yeah.
He's best at playing Tommy.
Yeah, for sure.
Any characters that you disliked? That kind of...
So this is the double-edged sword for me.
Uh-huh.
I loved Wendy so much, but also hated her so much because of the decisions that she decides to do at the end. So it's like a double-edged sword for me where I completely hated her. But if I were to have to pick another character, I'm going with the other FBI agent that was in a relationship with the one that died last year. I despise him. Every time I look at him,
I think he does a good job.
I think he's a great dude.
Tell me more about why you despise him now.
I hate his face and just like you trying to go get my man Marty and you're doing it in like these little like sneaky vindictive ways and stuff like that. He bothers me. He's not even in this season all that much. You know
but he's a little...
He gets on my nerves.
Yeah, he's definitely on everyone's nerves. Did you like the other agent? The one that worked at the casino, the pregnant lady?
Loved her. I thought she was amazing. She was a sweetheart of a character, and you can really see like her developing that relationship with Marty, and I'm curious to see where that goes into next season. See,
another character that I liked and didn't like was the therapist. I love the therapist for the simple fact that they were kind of, going behind each other's backs and paying the therapist off to get their points across. Yep. And I love the fact that she bought a Lamborghini with her payout money. I think it was hilarious. But I just hate that she had to be a big mouth and had to play that role like $100,000 wasn't enough. And she paid for it.
She paid for it.
And the next thing you see is her rolled up in a carpet in the kitchen.
Yeah. She should have took the 100 G's and
she should have zipped
it, man.
I mean, but yeah, that whole part where they're paying her off, I mean, is hilarious. Another character was Navarro. At first, I was low on him, and as the season progressed, I kind of, got comfortable with his character, and he was more believable.
Yep.
Um,
That was definitely a thing for me. With like just the first couple of times you see him, I was like, if he feels like a little bit like like Spanish novella actor a little bit, but he grows on you for sure. I thought overall, I think he did a good job.
yeah. Moments. What were your standout moments for this? I mean, there's so many, but if you had to narrow it down, are there a couple?
Mine is when Ben dies. Just
Oh,
that whole setup when they're sitting down having that conversation, and she asks him, "What do you want?" And he tells her, "I just want a roof and a dog and a house." And then like,
why'd she have to ask that question?
and then right after she asks that question, she stands up and just walks out. And then I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, set your brother up.
Yeah, that took me a couple days to recover.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go look up his real character and make sure he was okay. It hits hard when you get so invested in these characters. That was definitely a great moment.
That was hard, yeah.
Another crazy part of the season was the fact that Darlene and Wyatt are like together. Yeah. I mean, I just think that is crazy, but awesome at the same time because it gives us something different to watch. Just the fact that they're together, like the moment where she's like washing his hair.
Oh
my god. Hey, give me a break. Or when he's
like a full blown sex scene.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And like, are those her boobies sagging down?
She asked him to meet her mother. I mean, can you believe that? She's like, how old is she? She's got to be 60s in
Is your mother
in
alive?
The season. Holy moly.
Jesus.
That is a crazy part. Another crazy part when the casino, that whole part where they're trying to get this guy to. Another part was the guys that own the casino, the old couple.
Yes,
and he gives her that whack from you know where.
Yeah, he finally had enough. His wife gave her a little stop it, and she goes rolling, guys.
And that was all from Wendy right there because Wendy told him.
Pumped him up.
What'd she say? Even if you have to use force.
Yeah.
Was actually directly from Navarro that went to her, that went to him.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah. You gotta take control.
And he took control with the backhand from heaven. I mean, Lord.
From heaven, seriously.
Yeah.
And just the ending of this season was pretty crazy. Something I didn't see coming. I personally throughout this whole season thought that either Marty or Wendy was gonna get whacked at the end of the season, and it was Helen. That was a turn of events.
I'm happy that she did. Her and her daughter need to just go somewhere.
Her daughter was annoying.
Annoying. Yeah, she deserves to be on the characters we don't like either. I mean, she was just annoying from beginning to end. She was a spoiled little brat. That when she found out her mom actually killed people, she was shocked. Oh.
I know, if I found out my mom killed people, I'd be like, we have to have a conversation. There's stories that need to be talked about.
Dad, talk to me. I'm going back home with Dad.
For real, seriously.
I know you should call the police.
Yeah. And she got her husband messed up in the beginning of the season, too.
Agreed, yes.
Which is pretty crazy. But yeah, it was just crazy. She gets whacked by her own hitman, which early on in the season,
she asks, tell me if it's going to happen. And he don't tell her.
He didn't tell her nothing.
Yeah, that last sequence, I mean, like we stated before, we knew someone was going down. We kind of just didn't know who. Or we had that gut feeling. And they hit us with a shocker. I mean, right into introductions and bam!
And then I love
she's
that
gone.
Navarro, right after she gets her head blown off, gives him a hug and says, now to new beginnings.
New beginnings.
He don't give a fuck about nothing.
It's all normal. Just another day. And I think we're getting a call from one of our guests here.
Yes, we are. Alright guys, we're back here with another guest, Leo, aka Lico Solo, aka Texas Ranger.
What's going on, guys? Excited to be here on the Pink Flamingo Network.
Officially right off Ozark Season 3.
Yes, sir. Just finished it 2 days ago.
So what did you think about it, Leo?
It was my favorite season yet. I liked 1. Season 2 was probably the worst of them all, but I still liked it. But season 3 is definitely my favorite. Kept me on the edge of my seat every time. All characters involved. I thought all characters played their role well, and yeah, I was very thrilled with it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think this was the better season out of the 3. I loved it from beginning to end. It was great. I have to agree with you there. What about the characters? Did you any of the characters that stuck around with you?
My favorite new character was Ben. My favorite character in the series, I'm just going to go the traditional answer and give Marty. I feel like a lot of people would do the same thing in his situation. He was very relatable.
He's like
but 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 Ben, he was one with all these mental problems and everything, but out of all the characters in the entire series, he's the only one that has somewhat of a moral compass at all. So I thought it was, especially nowadays with all this around mental health, I thought it was really interesting to see, the one with the mental health problems, having the only moral compass and really having a conscience.
I completely agree.
And then Wendy and Marty making them feel crazy for it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to watch, man. It's
yeah.
but like you said, it's essential to have in a show too. Like you gotta like love the character and then lose them in a way.
And it's like, yo, how you gonna call me crazy? You got people murdered. You gonna call me crazy because I get angry and shit. The fuck.
Any other characters stick out?
I mean, they all stick out, but I'm not a big fan of Ruth. She
Unbelievable. She's my
she
favorite.
is she your favorite?
She's up there.
Yeah, she's one. She's not my favorite. But
I like her sass.
I just like her, like the actress. Is that bad?
She's a great actress too. Yeah.
I followed her on Instagram the other day.
Ooh,
I love her.
I'm gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you too now.
No.
I saw a meme the other day. It was a picture of Justin Timberlake when he had
I know where you're going with this.
when he had his hair that looks like Ruth's.
Oh God, that is facts. That's
Yeah.
I remember it was like I'm gonna tell my kids that this was Ruth.
Yeah. Yes.
Hilarious.
yeah, that little curly fro.
Wait, but you gotta tell us why you don't like her though.
I just feel like I don't know. She acts real hard, does all this talking, but I feel like she never really backs it up. She wants Ruth. She wants Wendy and Marty to take care of Frank for her.
Yeah, she should have just went up there and shot her himself.
I would have.
Yeah, no, she yeah, it's just she always wants some she wants a big piece of the pie, but never wants to, in my opinion, do her part. Like, yeah, she moves the money for them and handles the day-to-day operations, but she doesn't really get her hands dirty.
Well, she almost got him fucking killed too, and
I was
she
about to
said
say,
that
yeah.
she can do it on her own. And
she
then
went
next
there and
thing you
messed
know,
up.
he's in Mexico.
Uh,
That was
Yeah,
some
that's
tough
true.
torturing too.
the toughest part about it is when they play the Spanish Gothic music.
Was it Spanish guy? I thought it was just goth music. I don't know.
That shit was-
That's gotta be. I mean, you gotta learn how to enjoy it. Just roll with it. Just roll with this. Just roll with it.
Until it's 12 hours later and shit's
Roll
still
with it.
playing.
Roll with it.
Fuck that.
Roll with it.
Fuck that.
Now, so what are some of your favorite moments of the show? I know there's a lot, but if you could narrow it down to a couple.
So my favorite moment was, and honestly, talking about least favorite characters, this probably would have been my least favorite character if this one moment didn't happen. But Darlene, for the most part, I can't stand her throughout the show. But when she went up and talk about Ruth not handling her business with Frank, Darlene, who has really no connection to Ruth, goes and handles her business with Frank and goes, walks right up to him and blows his dick off.
That was the best. That was hardcore. That was hardcore.
That was straight up. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I couldn't freaking believe it. I mean that's ruthless. Like that, it would. Her straight up killing him wouldn't have been as effective.
Agree. I completely agree.
Oh no, yeah, he's got to live with that. That's something you got to live with. You know what I'm saying? They ain't having.
That's her man's cousin. She gonna protect her. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
why
for
it's
real.
cousin. Man, come on.
Still
That's
disgusting.
her man.
Yeah, I know that's why it's cousin, but Wyatt at the time, wasn't really feeling Ruth at all.
What? I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
That's how you know why he's laying it down though.
He
On some
is.
serious
He's
good
throwing
time.
it down. He's got a place to live. He's got a job.
He's got a little baby Zeke.
They got baby Zeke. Yeah,
Imagine that
I forgot
kid.
about baby Zeke. Come on.
But yeah, that was one of my favorite parts. I mean, we touched on Ben a little bit, but we didn't really talk about any of his scenes. When Ben got out of the hospital, He had took the cab straight to Helen's house and freaking blew up on Helen, and it's like
That was classic. That was classic.
it's like, yo, this is like, and it's not like he ain't know who she was. Like
I agree.
he knew who she was. He's like he knew she has people killed straight up, and he didn't give a fuck and just went off on her. Unfortunately, that cost him his life, but
Yeah, and you touched upon the mental health aspect. I mean, that car ride, it completely shows how a bipolar person works. And from beginning to the end, where he's like, "Oh, so my day was good. How was yours?" And you're like, "What?"
That shit was crazy. Honestly, it kind of reminded me of when Joker was taking his ride in the police car there.
Wow,
yeah. That's actually good stuff.
Nice correlation there.
Good.
Yeah, that is true.
Really good.
Yeah, it had a really creepy vibe to it.
That was crazy. Other favorite parts, obviously, you got to go with the finale with when Marty, Helen, and Wendy go to meet Navarro down in Mexico, and they're just saying hi. They haven't even like really been officially welcomed, and boom, Helen gets her head basically blown off right there by Helen's hitman.
Yeah, that's a shocking part, that it was her own hitman that was supposed to give her the heads up, and he just blew her away. That was crazy.
Yeah, he gave her no
heads up. Yeah, that's definitely one of the most shocking parts of the whole season.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. Yeah, because you mentioned it. Helen specifically asked him earlier in the series, "Hey, if Navarro orders a hit on me or something, will you give me a heads up?" And he said, "Yeah." But nope, just straight up took him out. Yeah, nope. Joe hires that hitman. He ain't doing 22 years right now.
Exactly. It costs him a little more, but he'd get the job done. And that's the thing. Like, we knew someone was gonna die over there in Mexico, but we didn't know who, and we didn't know how. And for them just to like hit us right off the bat, it was great.
I wasn't so convinced somebody was gonna.
I thought someone was.
I don't know why. I feel like somebody was gonna die at the end of the season. Somebody.
Yeah, I guess when you're talking about it being the end of the season, yeah, I wasn't really. When I was watching the last episode, though, I wasn't thinking of it like this is the last episode.
Oh, okay. I totally was. That's how I do things.
Because they can't. I mean, they wouldn't have been able to kill both Wendy and Marty then, because at that point in time, the casino wasn't in Helen's whatever name.
She applied for it, but it wasn't. Yeah.
So
that is true.
Like, Navarro's not stupid.
So where do you see this season, the next season, going? Assuming there is a season 4, which I think we have confirmed that they are working on a season 4 and 5. Where do you think it heads to?
I think, obviously Darlene's in the picture because she's, working on getting those poppy seeds up and running. She's, part of her intent or part of her thing with blowing off Frank's dick is getting, the KC mob to, transport their goods. So they're obviously in the picture. It's going to be interesting what Marty and Wendy do for transportation.
I know. It's going to be interesting.
Do you think that either both Marty and Wendy will make it out of this whole series?
Out of this whole series, Wendy and Marty. I do.
That's a tough one. Yeah.
I do. I think I don't know if Navarro will.
I agree with that.
I agree with that either. Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's cutting it close.
Oh my God! I don't know what made me hit this now, but speaking of Navarro, another best part, dude. I couldn't believe. They're cold when this dude straight up took that other dude's horse.
Oh my God, that was a great moment.
I forgot about that.
And to cut his balls off.
That was insane. Like, some big balls too. Jesus Christ.
That was crazy. But yeah, no, I think they'll get. I can easily see it ending with. Well, first off, I think Maya's gonna be flipped. I think they're flipping Maya. Somehow. But then I could see it somehow, and like say it is only one more season. I could see it ending with somehow something happens on U.S. soil, and the FBI finally has enough information. They actually go in
Take out
to
Navarro.
Mexico and take out Navarro. I could see it going down something like that.
Yeah, I could see them even setting him up that way too.
I'm interested to see where Marty's son, like where they take Marty's son. You know, at the end where he had the shotgun when he came into broke into Helen's house.
Talk about them as parents. I mean, Jesus Christ, these kids are gonna grow up to be fucking psychos.
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested to see what happens with him though.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think they can handle it though.
I think they can handle it on their own. Yeah, I think they're coming to the point where they want to get rid of that cartel for safety reasons, and I think they're just so deep in they don't want to give anything up either.
Yeah, no, I
Crazy shit.
I agree. They're in real deep. I mean, we don't even know how much money they're moving. Those casinos ain't cheap though.
I know.
And we talk. They do have that one character. What's his name? Sam. And he's basically when he goes in there, he's losing 250K a
night.
pop.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
Remember, they had multiple people doing it too.
They had. Yeah.
It wasn't just him. Well, it had. But yeah,
So
another part that we forgot to talk about when the guy kills the wife.
Oh yeah,
oh my god, that shit was yeah.
He finally had enough.
He had enough, and it was just a sleight of hand, just wow, just back off, and she just flew, and she rolled down so fast. She hit every rock on her way down.
I feel like I'd have survived that.
Yeah, okay.
I could have took those.
Yeah.
She's just older, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, then she landed in a lake after. It wasn't like she just dropped on some land and just, I doubt it she's going to make that swim.
Because if you knocked out and you hit the water, you're drowning. Yeah, you're probably going to drown.
But they don't even really,
They never brought him back, right?
Nah, I don't think so. They ended up selling the hotel finally, I believe, to him.
Yep.
Yeah, they never said that she was dead. I mean, we
really.
just assumed.
And whatever even happened to him after that?
Nothing. He's chilling now.
He's got the house to himself.
that definitely, he's in the clear with that.
Yeah, he's chilling.
That's more clear than Carol Baskins, you know? He's in the clear. He does not need to worry about anything.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. But yeah, no, he just needed some therapy, and talking about therapy, that the therapist, going on her little spending spree.
Hilarious. I mean, she's one of the highlights of the whole season. Her and her Lamborghini doesn't get too much better than that. Or her just taking the money. Just the fact that they're paying the therapist behind each other's backs is priceless. Funny, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I've been there. So, like, I don't know. It's great. It's great to see because I totally would do that. If I had the money for real, I would totally do that.
Yeah, fuck it.
When I saw that, I was like, that is genius.
He's coaching her. He's telling us, like, this time you're going to have to earn it.
Like, press me a little harder on that. You know?
Yeah, if she commits to a decision in meeting, then you get $800.
Yeah, for real. He's giving her incentives and shit.
That is great. You don't get much better than that.
All right, Leo, thank you for joining us today.
No problem. Always a pleasure to be on the Pink Flamingo Network.
Yeah, we'll get you on to talk a little Tiger King.
Yeah, that's a must. That has to happen.
Oh yeah, we can definitely talk about Joe Exotic or Doc Antle and his multiple wives.
We're gonna talk about Carol. Hey, kitty.
All
right, Lico. I appreciate it, my friend. We will talk to you soon.
All right, I'll talk to you.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching and tuning in today. And hope you like that we added a new special guest into this episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And until next time,